last few weeks is that a lot more of these are coming. Initially, we thought there was about 4,000 statewide. What we now know is that Cleveland alone had 4,000. Cleveland has submitted about 1,600 so far, but now we are being told that they have 2,400 more to come. East Cleveland, separate jurisdiction, has 400 more to come to us. We have over 800 police agencies in the state. Only 100 of them have sent us any of these old rape kits. Now, what we hope is that the other ones are all up to date and didn't have any sitting on their shelves, but we don't know that. So it's abundantly clear that the workload is going to continue to come on these old rape kits, and that's in a sense good. Because if we continue to run at 1/4 or now 1/3 hits, we're going to continue to have very valuable information to local police departments. To deal with this, we are hiring 6 new forensic scientists. We also are continue to work as we have since day one on new process improvements at BCI to speed up the time. We are becoming much faster. Frankly, we're a lot faster per person than we were when we started. We've changed processes. We've speeded up processes. We are continuing to work on that. The cost for these new 6 new forensic scientists is going to be approximately $400,000 per year. Let me move to another second subject. And that is synthetic drugs. We have a lot of drug problems in this state. One of the problems is synthetic drugs. Synthetic drugs bear a lot of different street names, but basically they're these crystals that you will find in some convenience stores around the state of Ohio, and people walk in and they buy them, and they're not ostensibly are not used for human consumption, but they are being used for human consumption, and the people who sell them know that. The good news is, since House Bill 64 and House Bill 334 passed, we're seeing a lot fewer cases of the synthetic drugs that were listed in those 2 statutes. That's the good news. The bad news is that these bad chemists, these bad people who are making this stuff, a lot of it's coming from overseas, they just continue to switch what they're making, and they make some small changes, and the law does not cover that. We have, and I'll get to that in a moment. Let me just talk a little bit about what we have done in regard to synthetic drugs. My office, along with local law enforcement, has started going after the businesses who are selling these products. I just want to give you a little update on where we are, and we certainly have a ways to go. But today, Monday, the head of our Special Prosecutions Unit is in Akron, where we're putting the owner and manager of a head shop on trial for selling these so-called bath salts. Our prosecutors have also been actively involved in more than 20 other cases statewide. So far this year, our BCI agents have assisted in well over a dozen synthetic drug-related search warrants. My office has also filed 14 civil lawsuits, including 9 nuisance abatement actions against businesses and individuals in Ohio accused of selling synthetic drugs. So far, the owners of 5 stores have also been ordered to pay a total of $15,000 in fines for their drug sales, and we're working on other ones. A judge has also ordered the temporary closure of a store, and we are working to close other ones. But despite these major strides, the chemists who make these drugs are certainly very clever. They skirt the laws by creating new chemicals that do not fall under the ban. And the procedure to ban these chemicals by law is cumbersome. Last month, 2 months ago, I guess, we decided, I went over to the Ohio State Pharmacy Board and to talk to them and ask them to use the procedure that is outlined in the Ohio Revised Code to ban these new drugs as quickly as possible. We hope that that will have some results. But I will tell you, since our meeting in June, it has become clear to me that we have to be quicker, we have to be faster, we have to be more nimble, we have to be more flexible, and that even with the cooperation of the pharmacy board, they can't move fast enough. So we have already started discussions with members of the state legislature. We've started them, informal discussions, to change Ohio law so that we can react much quicker. We're now working on new long-term legislation to address the problem. The legislation would mirror what the federal government does with the DEA and mirror what a number of states, Florida, Washington, Arkansas, West Virginia, Michigan, Nevada, Wisconsin, New Jersey, Louisiana. That was a quick review of states that have similar legislation to what we are going to propose. What we will propose and what we want to work with the state legislature on is legislation to give the state the ability to immediately deem the drugs illegal as soon as they are found to be at risk to public health. We will ask the state legislature to give the Ohio Attorney General's office the authority to do that. Again, that mirrors what is in existence in a number of states. It is frankly, I've come to the conclusion, the only way that we're going to be able to stay ahead of this, and the only way we're going to be able to save lives in the state, and the only way we're going to be able to protect Ohio families from this plague. What we have done so far has been helpful, but these evil people just try to stay one step ahead of us. And we cannot tolerate that in the state anymore.